Hi, in today's video, I would like to share 5 points to consider when you're dealing or negotiating with narcissists. Point number 1, ask yourself, what is their goal? Or rather, what are their goals? They typically will have multiple different goals. One goal, for instance, might be to make you do something that they want you to do. And another goal will be for them to maintain and keep up appearances. Normally, we play along and we give them what they want unless we know how to fight against it. One thing that works well is if you create contradictions between the two goals. Yes, I can do what you ask me to do, but then I'm afraid that you will not be able to keep up appearances, maintain appearances. This works well, for instance, when you say, when you ask me to do this, it makes you look insecure. They don't want to look insecure, but they want you to do it. And then you create this tension, this struggle between the two goals, and they have to choose one. And generally, the most important one is keeping up appearances, maintaining appearances, because that is their fake persona. It's their own existence. Use this to your advantage. So typically, you will create tension between the goal they have and another goal you know that they do have. Create the contradictions, and you can say, yes, but if I do this, then it will have this consequence. If I decide not to go out with my friends, then my friends will think that you're being insecure. So what should we do? Or how do you want me to do that? As I mentioned in another video. Or I'm worried that, I'm concerned that if I don't go out with my friends, they will just think that you're being insecure. Then the person might say, well, if you tell your friends that you just don't want to, we can play another game of, but if I do that, they won't believe me. They will think I'm lying to them. Or are you asking me to lie to my friends? So use this. Figure out what the goal is. There's the immediate goal and there's the longer goal. Create the tension between the two, and then throw that back at them and see how they wrestle with it. Number 2, you can act confused. So when they say, they ask you to do something, or they say, for example, tell your friends you don't want to go out with them, just go, so you're asking me to tell my friends to not to go out because what? And get them to argue, to explain. You can throw back at them and go, well, that just sounds really confusing. Or even ask them, why wouldn't you want me to go out with my friends? Why would you want me to do this? Or why would you want me to give you money? And they give you an explanation and just frown and go, well, that just sounds really confusing. Shrug it off and sort of walk away. Just leave it at that. They won't like it, but it's going to be hard for them to come after you. And then if they come again, just listen. It's just sounds really confusing. I'm sorry. Don't hesitate to use I'm sorry. That works very nicely. It's very hard to argue against a good I'm sorry. Be confused, act confused, use the sentence. That sounds confusing. Point 3, don't argue. Never, never argue with them. If you argue with them, you're putting them in a position of judge, and you're trying to change their mind, convince them. You're saying, these are my arguments. What do you think? Let's see if I can change your mind. Don't do it. If you're confused, you're confused. You don't need to tell them you don't need to explain to them that you're confused. Because you are, that's the way it is. They want you to do something, you're confused. So what's going to happen? You walk away. End of story. You don't need to win the argument. As long as you're trying to convince them about something, you're giving them the power and the clout and the status that they want. And if you walk away, you're depriving them of it. They'll come running after you. But then if you just say, listen, it's just really confusing. This whole conversation is really confusing. I don't really get it. Then they have to try to start arguing towards you and convince you. And you can always just shrug it off and go, I'm sorry, it's just really confusing me. And just walk away, just as though nothing happened. Point 4, repeat to them what they want. Rephrase, reword, and say, for example, so you'd like me to not go out with my friends, and you'd like me to come up with an excuse to not go out with them? Just repeat it back that way. So they go, yeah, well, yeah, they'll come up with some kind of reason. They might say yes. They might go, well, not exact, but whatever. And just repeat it again until you decide to walk away, or you decide to buy time. We often think we need to argue with someone, convince them, and then if we say we're going to do something, or if they start a conversation, we need to end it. We don't need to end it. We can just walk away. This is buying time. It's like in football, in soccer, when you kick the ball out of the pitch, you're buying time. Sometimes it's the right thing to do. You can end the conversation with going, like I said before, I'm sorry, that's confusing, or I'm just confused. You can end it with a sentence such as, I'm not comfortable deciding right now, or I need to think about it, or I need time to think. You might want to combine these elements and say, for instance, you say that you support me and you wouldn't want me to pressure me into doing something I don't want to do, right? And I'll say, yes. You go, well, in this case, I need time to think. You're not saying no. You're simply buying time and walking away. If they come after you, let's say they want you, as they usually do eventually, they want you to lend them money. I need to think about it. It's hard for them to say no to that. And they might try to get commitment out of you. Okay, when will you know? Can we talk about it tomorrow? I don't know. If you give a commitment, it's going to be difficult for you to step away. If you just say, I don't know, I'm not in a position to tell you. I don't know when and if I'm going to feel okay about it. They will probably say, well, I have got bills to pay by this date. Then you can say, well, I don't know if I will be ready to help you out by that date. You're not saying no to helping them out. You're not even engaging in it. You're simply staying on your side. I don't know if I'll be comfortable. I don't know. And it's their problem, remains their problem. If they say, well, I got the bill to pay, I get it. But I don't know if I'll be comfortable helping you out financially by that date. I don't know. Right now, I don't feel comfortable deciding. So I need to think about it. Last point, fifth point, play the game, yes, but. So they will say something and you can repeat, yes, you agree, but. And you can combine this with the previous point. Tell your friends you don't want to go out with them. Yes, but if I do that, then they will think you're insecure. So every time you agree with them and you throw in the but in order to break the dynamic. So technically, you're not disagreeing with them, you're simply finding reasons, and you are making them argue towards you. You can combine this with the other point I mentioned about being concerned, I'm worried. Yes, but I'm worried that if I do that, this is going to happen. Yes, but I'm concerned if I tell my friends this, then this other thing is going to happen. You have to do it in ways where people will find out or will know about it. I can help you out financially, but if my friends find out about it, then they're going to think that you don't have any money. So, well, you don't have to tell them. Yes, but I know it's going to slip. I know at one point it's going to come out. Yes, but maybe I should just ask my friends what they think about it. Suggest something that makes them lose face. And when they ask for something, play yes, but. This buys you time. This avoids you getting pulled into the argument. And this helps you create a protective sphere around you so you're not forced to doing something you don't want to do, you don't feel comfortable doing. There we go. I hope you found this helpful. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. I've got more training online, more videos online. And if you liked anything, please comment. If you disliked anything, please comment. If you found it was helpful or not helpful, please comment. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.